starts in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1.
Hey there! Welcome to Cryptids and Conspiracies, where the truth is in the middle. This is a surprise Christmas show. Want to do a Christmas show before Christmas. Unfortunately, because of that, two of the knuckleheads are not going to be able to make it tonight. Probably. We'll find out later, but we do have this guy.
If it's no Scottish, it's crap!
Well, hello there.
Oh,
Good evening.
Welcome to the show. Hey, man. Good to see you.
Good evening. Hello. Hello. It's
Yeah.
been a while.
You like the banner?
I do. I like the little thing around there with all the
a little bit.
sweeties and
Yeah. Well, I
candy
just
and
wanted to get in the season. It did take my I did put that back up though. It didn't. Oh, it's not showing my GIF. Oh, that's right. That sucks. Oh, hold on. Actually, it was showing the GIF. There it is. It's back. All right. Just making sure. Anyway,
Yeah.
I worked hard on that thing. I
know. It's just,
All right. Anyway.
it has to show these things properly.
Seriously. Thanks to the split channel that their StreamYards is doing with YouTube. We are currently showing to not only just two, but 2 and 3. Actually, that's 4, 5, and 6 channels tonight. Two of the new vertical channels and 2 horizontal channels on the YouTube, and
Right.
we got the
I know. I can see two.
X and the
I can
Rumble.
see two.
So.
There's like 2 of me and 2 of you.
There you go. Yeah. Well, actually, we got a comment over here. Samara Picker 24, 27, 25. Okay. I don't even know what that is. But anyway, welcome to the show, Mr.
Hello.
Picker, whoever you might be. Anyway, so tonight's subject, did you get a chance to watch any of the materials? Or the research?
A couple of small ones.
Okay.
I was in the middle of
All right.
watching the longer one, and then I had to cut off because it was an advert, and then I actually accidentally came out of it, and it's just like,
Well, see, I pay for my YouTube, and so
Right.
I don't have to worry about commercials.
well, I mean, I was watching it on the big telly, so it's through the PlayStation,
Little
so I
toy
get all
of
the
me,
ads. So
Okay, that's right. Yes, you browse through the PlayStation. That's right.
yeah, if I do it on the laptop, if I do it on here, I've got an ad blocker, but it's just it can be annoying sometimes.
Well, this is about what we do is we ask a question, and then this show is Cryptids and Conspiracies. We ask the question, and then we like research the topic, and at the end of the night we come to a conclusion. Either it's debunked, confirmed, or in the middle, which means it's a combination of both. Some partially debunked but partially confirmed.
Yeah,
and
or potentially we just don't know.
Or potentially we just don't know. Well, we don't use the fourth one anymore because we were told that we need to retire it. And that was undecided. But yeah, but the very guy who wanted us to create in the first place decided that it was no longer necessary. But then he's complained about it ever since that it wasn't there. So.
Who is one of the people who isn't here, by the way? It's not us. Wasn't us. Oh no. We do things proper.
By the way, which kind of negates his ability to make, requests like that. But anyway, that's sick. Not going to lie. Well, tonight's subject actually, Christian is Christmas pagan. Christmas is pagan? ? And so we're going to talk about that because every single year you bring up like that the problem with the season's greetings or the happy holidays as opposed to Merry Christmas. And when it comes up, they're always saying, well, Christmas is a pagan holiday anyway. Shouldn't you be against pagan holidays? Right. And so there is some evangelicals who do say that it's indeed a pagan holiday. Very notable evangelicals, including the guy from this first clip, which you will recognize right away. Now, he is pretty controversial guy. He says stuff all the time that makes most evangelicals go,
I see. He's one of those guys.
He's one of those. He tends to talk out of his, sanctified butt at times. And
I was going to say anus, but okay.
Okay, anus works. But he just basically, he has some hot takes, and he always doubles down. That his name is Pat Robertson. He ran something called the 700 Club, which was huge at one point. Very huge in Christianity. A lot of the biggest names from the televangelist, glut that was in the 80s. Came through the 700 Club.
That's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. A lot of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that. But yeah, so Pat, he has some hot takes that, at times, and he speaks it with such conviction, just conviction. And you're kind of like, dude, just a little bit of research debunks what you just said, just a little bit of research. But as it were, he is one of the people who is in the affirmative. So let's see what Mr. Robinson has to say. Hopefully this won't get us struck, but I'm keeping an eye on it. And we'll find out. I've already got a strike from the other day. Oddly enough, they didn't strike my vertical; they struck my horizontal. Isn't that funny? So they actually took down my horizontal Narnia video. Okay. But they left the vertical is still up with no strikes.
Maybe they just don't like the orientation. I don't know.
Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just like because it distorts it enough that it doesn't trigger anything. I don't know. If that's the case, we may have to just go entirely vertical, for these shows, if we're going to show any clips, which is probably what they're intending all along. But anyway, so we're going to play Mr. Pat Robertson, what he says about this subject. So here we go.
See, the winter solstice a couple of days later was the shortest day of the year, and the pagans had something called Saturnalia, and it was a time of lawlessness because all the laws were suspended, and people, a bunch of singers actually wandered the streets naked singing, and then they had orgies, sexual orgies. It was a mass thing. Well, when the Catholic Church came along in Italy, the Romans and others didn't want to give up their holidays, so they said, okay, we'll Christianize it. And so they said, okay, we'll say the birth of Jesus was the 25th of December. And then there was a monk who began to add it up. You see, if you read in Luke, it says there's a census taken when Quirinius was governor and so forth and so on. And they could take those leaders and figure the exact time dating from the foundation of Rome. And that's when the dates were established. And so they get pretty close to the date. But to say it's the 25th, shepherds were out abiding in the field. It gets a little cold at night. I mean, were they out there in the middle of winter? You know, I don't know. I've been out there on the shepherd's field on Christmas Eve. It's very nice. But it's cold. And nevertheless, I mean, what was going on? So all this business about mistletoe, pagan. Christmas trees, pagan. Giving out gifts, pagan. Every bit of it is pagan. Every single bit of it is pagan. We've Christianized it all. And so that's good. And so we have time, we celebrate for Jesus, and everybody gets all misty-eyed. But the truth is, they're all pagan. But the birth of Jesus.
But the intent of the heart is what it's about.
Exactly. So we have Christianized all these things. We give gifts in the name of Jesus. We celebrate his birthday. And it's a nice thing. And so I'm very delighted. And I like Christmas. But I tell you, the best Christmas I ever spent in all of my life, my best Christmas, all of my life, was spent in Jerusalem when we had no Christmas ornaments, none of this stocking, none of this, all this stuff. But on Christmas Eve, we stood in Shepherd's Field and we sang, "O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie." And the next day we had a service, and on Christmas Day we baptized about 50-some people in the Jordan River. That was a wonderful Christmas.
Amen.
All right.
Okay. Well, we can call the show over. The voice, the expert on everything Christian has spoken. So hold on a second. So we got this gentleman here, Shallow Death Slams, Christmas not pagan. Hit me with
Hello
your points.
there.
I'll refute them all unless you're on the Christmas isn't pagan holiday side. Well, Christmas is pagan. So Time Prophet has declared, because he's such an expert on Christianity, that it is indeed pagan. So we can all just, we can go home now.
Oh, right, okay.
Merry
I see you
Christmas.
there, then.
Hey, Padre. Hey, Padre. Thank you. 25th might be the winter in some countries, not every country, right? And last comment. Baby lambs are usually born in August, not December. Okay. All right. But the census was held at very well documented point of time, and we are using the Roman calendar, and so we can, because we know when the census was held, and we're using the Roman calendar, then we can know approximately the right date.
Right.
And so it's pretty close to the 25th. I'll just say that. It's pretty close to the 25th. But, either way, of course, I'm not going to refute Time Prophet, who has yet to say that, he's wrong about anything in all the years that I've seen his comments. Anyway, even though he's wrong quite frequently, but it is what it is. So welcome to the show. All right, well, thank you everybody that is commenting. Keep on coming. I do have a poll both in the horizontal and vertical of the YouTube. So whichever one you find, go ahead and vote. That will come in, in handy later on. But I'd wait till we get a little bit more information in. So Pat Robertson thinks that, according to him, Yeah, it is a pagan holiday that was taken over
Mhm.
by the Catholic Church,
yeah.
except Christmas predates the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
by uh, by it was, in fact, the early church predates the Catholic Church for quite a while. Yeah, the Catholic Church wasn't even organized when they started worshiping or started celebrating Christmas. So, or the birth of Christ. The maybe not on the 25th, but they had been celebrating the birth of Christ for a while before the Catholic Church was even established. And so, I'm going to have to debate Mr. Robertson there. Quick Google would have turned that up, Pat. A quick Google would have turned that up. Anyway, once again, of course, he predates the internet. So there you go. All right. Okay. So another brilliant insight about Christianity from an atheist. Well, the Catholic Church did not invent trees; they've always been growing. Yeah, they did not.
Wow,
Indeed,
I
they
totally
did
didn't
not
know
invent
that.
trees. Thank you for that. Date-wise, it's a tricky one. There you go. Date-wise, it's a tricky one just for the pure fact the calendar has changed a couple times since the first century, i.e., Julian calendar versus Gregorian one. Correct. That is correct. It did change. The document suggests it's around that period of months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might not be directly on the 25th. So I don't think any historian or anybody is going to say, oh, it definitely happened on the 25th.
No.
I think mostly they just needed to agree upon a date. And that was the one that was agreed upon. And
yeah.
So, but basically the question we're dealing with here is not that the date per se. It's basically, was there this festival, Saturnalia, basically taken by the Christians and changed, but they kept the pagan roots of it? I think wouldn't you say that's probably the most accurate question that's being asked here?
Yeah, I suppose so. Mm-hmm. Yes. Did they Christianize the pagan? Yeah, I mean, one of the videos that I watched yesterday. I want to say yesterday. Actually, just kind of left it open and said that it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of info out there that could suggest that it could be either way. But initially, who cares? As long as you're celebrating it in goodwill.
Right. Honestly, I think that if it is like a pagan holiday and if there's pagan principle or pagan, like, I don't know, what would you call this? Policies or worship things that they did, whatever you want to call that. If it's like pagan, like details about the practices that are kind of like been adapted to the Christmas holiday. Do they remain pagan if the intent changes? That's the thing.
Well,
because
we seem to have done away with the orgies. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know many Christian orgies that are like kind of like advertised and kind of put on to celebrate the Christmas holiday.
You can just imagine that. You can just imagine that, can't you? The Great Christmas Orgy.
Oh yes, yes. Let's. It gives a new meaning to the maypole. Anyway, so all right. So anyway, thanks for making it sorted. You always make it sorted. Anyway, it's FYI coming from an Orthodox Christian perspective. My takes might be somewhat biased when it comes to certain things. Yeah, I'm coming from evangelical Christian direction myself. Evergreens, new logs, mistletoe have roots in ancient pagan celebrations. Yeah, that is not
Druids. Yeah,
that is definitely not what we're by Druids, right? That's definitely not being debated here. Those are clearly pagan rituals that have been adapted. Okay, those are clearly adapted. So but the debate is if Christmas itself pagan.
Right. Yeah. The whole thing.
So that's basically what the debate is. The policies or the accoutrement are the things that happen around it. Go ahead.
One of the videos that I watched was saying that if we were to look at Christmas and apply the logic that it's pagan, then we would essentially have to stop everything, because there's so much things in everyday life that have roots in paganism. The bloody days of the week.
Oh wow, really?
The days of the week.
Yeah. Somebody brought that up. A video I was watching.
The days of the week, the calendar, all manner of other things, birthdays, wedding rings,
Okay, let's get the entire soulless, cynical view of everything. While Christmas was invented by supermarkets, we all know the devil's in charge of supermarkets, so definitely pagan. LOL. Okay, so all right, there we go. Confirmed. Well, it's confirmed.
There's definitely a point there. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he doesn't have a point there. That's a good point. But speaking of the calendar days, this man he has a perspective on it. Here you go.
Holidays, but actual historical evidence points to something else. Christians were connecting Jesus' birth to December 25 long before pagans used that day. Pagan celebrations moved toward December 25 as Christianity grew. Actually, not the other way around. Roman temple worship was in huge decline by 300 AD. Something interesting you must understand is early Christians chose December 25 because they believed that Jesus was conceived on March 25th. Early church fathers like Tertullian or Augustine believed that Jesus was conceived on March 25th. You may say, why March 25th? Because they had this idea that Jesus died on March 25th, therefore he must have been conceived on March 25th. The date of his death was the date of his conception. That was their understanding. So add 9 months to March 25th, you have December 25th. That's why December 25th was chosen. Now, is that actually true that Jesus was conceived on March 25th and he was born on December 25th? Probably not. But the point is that Christians did not choose December 25 because of paganism. Now, there are times when Christianity repackaged pagan holidays. This wasn't that time. They chose it because of their theology. Honestly, even if Christians did choose that date because it was used in the culture for pagan things, it wouldn't be wrong. It would be redeeming culture, not participating in it. But that was not the case why December 25th was.
I saw that video earlier, yeah.
Right. That's I think the research shows that the early church was already celebrating both the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ and the birth of Christ really early on. When it became when it was getting organized, you basically, anytime you have a religion, one of the first things that gets organized is what you celebrate. Yeah. And one of the holidays that they chose to celebrate was the birth of Christ. When they started this, they would have had access to Mary and Mary's memories so when it started, they would have been basically would have started during Mary's lifetime. Who was there? Should remember what happened that night. Anyway,
one would think, yeah. They would have had access. They would have had access to other people who were around at the time as well. So.
Well, I mean, when you squeeze something the size of a watermelon out of an orifice that small in your body, I imagine you remember the day. So
possibly,
anyway. Yeah, unless you get enough drugs. But I think every woman remembers. Anyway. Hey, what's up? I'm Harden. Good to see you. Next comment. Come on. Pop. Where we at? Oh, okay. Here we go. Christmas in general isn't pagan just for the pure fact we're observing feast day based on the birth of our Lord Jesus, Savior Jesus Christ, birth of God has become man. Right. So, hey, our day is going good, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Next time prophet. So, why would we believe that people who still thought the Earth was flat? So, why would we believe the people who still thought the Earth was flat? Him. What would we believe? Oh, okay. Well, the Bible actually teaches that the world was round. So maybe church policy was that the Earth was flat, but the Bible itself, the Scripture itself, teaches that the Earth was round. Anyway, so you can't believe. Maybe you don't believe the early church, but you can believe the Bible. So anyway, that of course you won't. Of course you won't, but. Those of us that do. Can't wait to read Matthew 2 to my second children on Christmas Day. There you go. That's a good one to read. I'd go beyond the begats and everything. The begats get kind of tedious. Anyway, U.S. Okay, here we go. Devil horns up. All right, thank you, Thomas. Thank you, appreciate it. Anyway, so what we have here is we have a festival. Pat just enjoyed the details of that festival. I thought that's hilarious how he's bringing up. Yes, they had orgies, and they have. I was like, come on, Pat, getting a little heated there, dude. But yes, Saturnalia happened to be a bacchanal. It happened to be. Yep, happened to be a feast to Dionysus. Anything dedicated to Dionysus is going to be a party, and a party where anything goes. It's going to be hedonistic. Right. It's going to be pretty much do as thou wilt. And so yes, there was a festival that did occur in the early part of, or like midwinter, I guess, or early part of winter, called the Saturnalia. And it was basically celebrate the dying of the light and the darkness, the coming of winter. Demeter goes into the earth, and I think that's her name. Persephone goes into the earth with Hades, and Demeter covers the earth in her grief at her daughter's departure. And that's the Greek myth there. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Persephone. Persephone's her name, not Persephone. Persephone. Anyway. Anyway, so I doubt Scottish people can say Persephone anyway. So it's
Persephone. Right. I don't know.
Oh, okay. There you go. Anyway.
I don't know. I have no idea. Persephone.
Druids are dancing around Stonehenge today. I seriously doubt they were the real Druids because the Romans wiped them out almost root and branch after the uprising. Queen Boudica's uprising. They pretty much wiped out any semblance of Druidia in the English Isles. But anyway,
sorry, Druidia, that's fine.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's probably not the right word. But anyway, I didn't know she was Druish. Anyway, yeah, I know that's what you were thinking, right? That was what you're thinking, right?
She doesn't look Jewish.
Tell that to the Druids in Cornwall. Well, I mean, there might be a bunch of vegans getting their Druid on, but I doubt that's the actual Druids, because a lot of that was utterly and completely destroyed. So I doubt they're actually Druids. They, I can call myself a banker, but if I go into the bank tomorrow and try to withdraw money, they're going to have a problem with it. So you can declare yourself anything, and you can. Well, I'm a Druid. I mean, I'm a chick, and I'm going to walk into this restroom. I guess it's allowed in some places, but anyway.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
Wow, I just got canceled. All right. So I always pronounce Persephone as Persephone. All right. So all right. Hold on. Yes, there are druids in Cornwall with census data, so hundreds of practitioners, local groves like Corix Grove. And yep. So census data in 2021 census shows 67 people identifying as druids in Cornwall. Okay. There you go. And so okay. They declare themselves druids, so i.e. I guess they are druids. So
I suppose so.
fair enough. Okay. I defer the point since you actually Googled census data to prove me wrong. You know, so anyway. Determined. Anyway, so all right. So basically, so what we got so far, we got Pat Robertson saying that yes, it was a Saturnalia festival, and yes, it was taken by the Catholic Church, and to change it to a celebration of Christ's birth, but they kept all the bones of it, but they just repurposed it for their own purposes. Okay.
Yeah.
And there is some truth to that. The Catholic Church did indeed kind of, acquire other things from like the Julian calendar was declared the calendar by the Catholic Church. Okay.
Right, yeah.
But they also added BC and AD onto that. So yes, the Catholic Church did acquire several things and then declare them as, and Christ's Mass comes from the Catholic Church, which is where we get the word Christmas. However, the actual observation of the birth of Christ, which later became labeled as Christian, predates the Catholic Church by quite a bit. So, i.e., so I'm going to defer to one of the foremost historians working today, somebody who I think is one of the most well-read individuals I think I've ever seen, and somebody way more better. Julian invented calendar with his dad, John Lennon's very pleased. No, that is in fact fake news. Now, yeah, that's fake news. Anyway,
fake news.
Yeah, that's very fake news. Technically, Catholic Church was Orthodox until 1054. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll agree to that. The early Catholic Church was basically it was the early church, and then it got Romanized. Basically became a political entity, and then when it became a political entity, it kind of lost its way a little bit for a long time. So, all right. Anyway, it basically the emperor is basically the Pope.
Well, that's it.
Changed it to the Pope, and so basically the Roman Empire continued on through the Catholic Church, and so yeah, I'll agree with that. The Catholics will obviously deny it. Yeah, they will definitely deny that. But there's a clear delineation there. And although the Orthodox Church is still Catholic. Okay. All right. I'll believe that. All right. Okay, so we're going to play a clip by my good friend Wes Huff. The earlier one was Ivan.
I think I saw that.
I forgot his name. I have to look it up.
Can you hear me?
Wes Huff, this one. Go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you.
Me? Okay, no, I got a notification that the mic.
Yes, I can hear you.
Something. Okay, that's good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that happens from time to time.
Right.
Yeah, I can hear you now. No.
Nice.
Right. Yeah. So let me play this clip by Wes. I think he's pretty much gives a definitive answer to this. And I actually had to cut a lot of it down because I was running out of time. I got started a little bit late. to deciding to put this show on. So it took me a little while to get to parse it down. Anyway, this isn't like the whole. Look up the whole entire thing. Christmas is Christmas Pagan. Wes Huff. It's worth watching the whole entire video. The previous guy, I'll have the name for him. But he had that video was really good too. But okay, so this is Wes.
This video is simply to point out that we are followers of the truth, and I'm not a brang scientist or any other type of scientist for that matter, but the truth of the matter is that modern Christmas traditions, you can't draw a straight line from pagan practices to it. Let's remember what Paul writes in Colossians 1:16. Therefore do not let anyone judge you by what you eat or drink, or with regard to a religious festival, a new moon celebration, or a Sabbath day. And if you want to learn more about these types of things, about church history, theology, and other cool stuff about the Bible, then check out the rest of my videos and content on my channel. Merry Christmas.
So
Yeah, I saw a lot.
So
I saw a bit of
that
that
pretty
one
much he
earlier.
gets a chart there at the end.
Right.
Yeah. So he gave that chart at the end. Let me bring it back up here for myself. But yeah, he brought some really good points. Let me find it right quick. I had it saved on my phone. I'm just trying to find it right quick. Anyway.
All right. Okay.
Let me find it right quick. But he pretty much says that there is a that while a lot of these that like got ideas from it, Okay, hold on a second. Let me find this right quick. All right. The claim: the date of Christmas is borrowed from pagan festivals like Sol Invictus or Saturnalia. The reality is, Sol Invictus was not placed on 1225 until 354 AD, when the Philosalian calendar records this, but doesn't specify any festival in regards to sun worship. Prior to this, the Julio-Claudian inscriptions say sun festivals were on August 8th, 9th, and 28th. December the 11th and maybe October 19th. The Philocalian calendar says that Emperor Aurelian honored the sun with the chariot races every 4 years, October 19th to 12th. Saturnalia was never on 12/25. Macro Bias says Saturnalia began 14 days before January, which comes out to December 17th. Using Roman calendar dates, he says it lasted for 3 days, but according to the Fasti inscriptions, it lasted to the 24th during the days of the Republic. The winter solstice had no festival significance to ancient Romans. There was no celebrations planned for the date. They disagreed on when it was. Julian calendar says 1225, but Pliny the Elder says 1226, and Calumela, says 1223. Okay, so that's the reality of the date. All right, according to Wes, who's done all the research. Mistletoe does not go back to paganism. First, we hear about used mistletoes as Christmas. Or Robert Herrick's Hesperides poetry collection. And then William Coles mentions it as a decoration in art of simpling in the 1600s. The tradition of kissing under it did not begin to the end of the 18th century in Britain. So he says that mistletoe did not come from pagans. Okay. Christmas trees. Okay, that's one, right?
Yeah.
Christmas trees find their origin in Druid and pagan practices of bringing pine trees into the one's house to ward off nature spirits. But the reality is, Christmas trees only go back to the 16th century. In Eastern Europe, the first mentions of Christmas trees is in the Alsace Ordinance in 1561. Almost no early pagans thought pine trees were sacred, let alone associated with 1225. Germanic tribes believed the oak was sacred. Maximus Attier said the Celts indeed worship Zeus, but they honor him in the form of a lofty oak. Okay. So there's some stuff about
Right.
Father Christmas on there, but so
Well,
basically,
I mean,
yeah.
one of the arguments I saw was about the
Mhm.
Christmas tree being the idol made of wood and all of that stuff that you're not supposed to have, and the
Right.
decorations
Right.
and such. So, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Well, that's the thing, though. There's so much built up over time, where people have just like retconned stuff,
yeah,
and you find out that what was thought to be ancient is actually from like 1600 or 1700 or whatever. But then the people, when they come up with it, they said, well, this is an ancient rite. And so you just have their
Mhm.
word for it, that this was an ancient rite.
yeah,
And so what happens is, because they say, trust me, bro, in 1700s, that this dates all the way back to the,
Yeah.
the 12th century or something, or earlier. And then you find absolutely no basis for that. You just have they're just like, yeah, this is the way these things were, right?
Yeah.
1 second. Jesus never celebrated Christmas because he's very cross. Yeah. Thank you, Time Prophet, for that little bit of whatever that was. Anyway, Wes and Michael from IP are definitely my go-to guys when it comes to Christmas pagan refutations. They're always so on point when it comes to historical accuracy. They're very well researched. Okay, so the trust me, bro, people that say, "Oh, it's all pagan, blah blah blah." You don't find a lot, or people like Pat Robertson who just like spout stuff off the top of their head. They don't normally have like documentation. Okay, they can't tell you exactly where this was referenced from or whatever. But people like Wes usually have documentation. And so, am I going to like listen to the people who are basically like, well, trust me, bro, this is the way it is. This is the way it always was. Christian's pagan, is Saturnalia, whatever. But then you got somebody like Wes who says, okay, no, Saturnalia was worshipped by these people for these dates right here, and this is no association with this right here. Okay? And so I'm gonna have to look at the guy that has like his P's and Q's and things lined up. I mean, what say you? What say you, my friend? Cruel.
Well, I was just thinking there for a minute that the people that are saying that it's pagan, right? Are they Christian, or do they happen to be pagans?
Well, speaking of pagans, Time Prophet says the Christmas tree is pagan fertility symbol. Says Time Prophet.
Right.
Baubles are Roman Saturnalia tradition. Says Time Prophet. And so
Hello,
trust me,
not
bro.
Brian.
Trust me. Gifts are Babylonian tradition. Says Time Prophet. So just trust me, bro. Okay. And Yule symbol of Mithras, god of the sun. Okay.
How?
Yeah,
It's a
but
log.
Yule tradition. Yule tradition is not universal. It's a Germanic tradition, and it came in like pretty late in the process, like 1600s or something like that. And so, how can that be even associated? But anyway, funny thing too is many of the Christians' pagan gang have a lot of their own family traditions aren't biblical. So, do those also become pagan just because they're not written? True.
Well, that's
True.
what I'm saying. Are they pagans themselves?
Ho ho
Hey,
ho! Not Brian. What's up? Good to see you,
hello, not Brian. Merry
Okay.
Christmas.
A good thing about not believing in God means devil also does not exist, which is a good thing. Well,
Well, yeah,
that's the
Don't-
greatest trick that the devil ever pulled on the world is to believe that he doesn't exist. And so
the lack
I hope
of the
someday,
devil would be a nice
that you
be a
meet
nice thing.
I hope that you meet the Christ before you meet the devil. I'll just say that much. I have met both. You'd rather meet Christ, trust me. Anyway, let's see. Did I miss anything over here? All right. No, I did. Okay. The guy from earlier is Ivan Savchek is his name. Savchek.
Oh yeah.
But he is that video he did on is Christianity Pagan was very well researched. He did disagree with Wes on a couple points, but he is also pretty well researched. But the points where he deferred or deferred from Wes were more along the lines of basically sourcing rather than because he did have his sources, but his sources were different from the ones that Wes was using. Right. And Wes seems to be using earlier sources than this guy. But Ivan Savchek is his name, and it's a really good video. He actually breaks it down in like point by point by point.
Yeah, I saw his.
And he
video,
actually, so his is a very good video also. So anyway, so basically, so we I guess we come to kind of like start talking about what we believe, and so why does it matter? Yeah, this is the fun part. Okay. So, what does it matter if Christmas is pagan? Well, it matters is because if you say Christianity or Christmas is pagan, it's a pagan ritual that's been it's just been slapped with a coat of paint. Then you're saying that basically that Christmas is something that Christians shouldn't be worshiping or participating in.
Right.
And so there's only really two big holidays Christians worship or celebrate, and that is Christmas and Easter. And so you celebrate the birth of Christ. According to our belief system, God himself came down from heaven, the throne of heaven itself, and became a little baby in a manger, the most helpless creature possible on the earth. And as a matter of fact, baby animals can protect themselves better than a baby human can. Baby humans are completely at the mercy of anybody, which is why killing them is such a big deal to a lot of us. But anyway, so the thing about it is though is you have the most powerful being making itself the weakest creature on the earth for the sake of mankind. It's a pretty powerful narrative there. And so to say that a ween in a manger, right, Krill?
A ween in a manger.
There you go.
Yeah.
I take it that's a Scottish carol or something.
A ween. That's right. They did ban Christmas in Bradford. I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so what that does is it takes out one of the pillars of Christianity by saying that it's a pagan holiday. Essentially, it damages one of the only two things that the only two holidays that Christians celebrate. Yeah. And so that's the reason why people want to call it like a pagan holiday. And kind of like paint it as such. Okay. So at the same time, does it matter that that there's a holiday around the same time celebrated, which basically was definitely not a Christian holiday. And so, the Catholic Church coming in and basically spackling everything over and acquiring everything is really the issue here.
Yeah.
It's like
one thing
if you
I think it,
go ahead.
I think it was the Ivan guy had said in his video that
Mhm.
the Bible doesn't tell us to celebrate Christmas, let alone any other holidays in particular. There are no rules stated in the Bible as to how holidays should be celebrated. So, you know, if there were,
I appreciate that time,
time,
Prophet.
huh?
I definitely appreciate that
Oh,
time,
yeah.
Prophet. Yep. I appreciate your tolerance. Anyway, I wish I'd known you were streaming last, missed the first 42 minutes. I'm sorry. This was kind of like a last minute thing. I wanted to get one in before Christmas. We had agreed together to do it, but then the other two kept hemming and hawing. And then I was like, all right, as long as I got crew, I got a show, right? I got a show if I got crew.
Yeah.
So
shame we couldn't get
that's
shame we
what
couldn't get you on as well, Brian. That would have been funny.
Yeah, I think that would have been good.
It's been a while, Brian.
But
it's been a while.
So what's at stake here is that yes, there is a problem that the Catholic Church did come in and they did spackle over things and put a Christian veneer on it, and there's very clear like history of them doing that. However, the Christian celebration of the birth of Christ predates the Catholic Church by quite a long while.
Just a little bit, yeah.
And and so and Alvin was right. It doesn't specify for Christians to worship or to celebrate the birth of Christ. It doesn't. However, it makes logical sense that Christians their whole entire identity is centered around Christ.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
two of the biggest things, if you believe in the virgin birth, which Christians do, then two of the biggest miracles that took place in the lifetime of Christ was at his birth and at his death and resurrection. Okay.
Right, yeah.
And so they were always so if you're going to attack Christianity, the two places that you're going to attack it is going to be at the one of the
kind of important points.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And so that's the thing, you know. I see people like I've seen these videos today, and a lot of them were AI generated.
Yeah,
and a lot of them were like, well, this is understood. This is understood, you know. Well, this is what science or what people say. This is what people say. And yet you go to somebody like Wes, and Wes is like, well, this is this is where it started. This is the origin of it. And this is where Christianity came in and their policy started. And these are not bad lining up. And here's the proof of it. And so, am I going to go with the trusty bro narratives that we all understand this? You know, it's like Time Prophet said earlier. Well, once upon a time, we understood that the Earth was flat. And we got that debunked now, didn't we? So, So basically, as the proof came in, as the facts came in, and as you started reading, you could see with your own eyes the curvature of the Earth when you see the horizon of the ocean. You can see the curvature of the Earth.
And for some reason, nobody's fallen off the edge yet.
No one has fallen off the edge. No. Well, I mean, there's some disappearances have been kind of strange. Yeah, that's usually politically expedient. All right. So we do celebrate the birth of Brian, though. Great movie, Life of Brian. Nobody celebrates the birth of Brian. Nobody. Anyway, so okay. So why did I celebrate the?
Sorry, not Brian. We're not celebrating your birth.
No, I don't agree. In America, they do not call it Christmas anymore. Somewhere they call it holiday now, not Christmas. Well, they tried. They did their best to remove it and say Happy Holidays because there's this made-up holiday they call Kwanzaa that they were trying to like make a African version of Christmas. And then
Mhm,
they're also
mhm.
trying to say the Jews don't celebrate Christmas; they celebrate Hanukkah. And then
Right.
I don't know what the frig the Arab of the Islam's what they celebrate this time of year. The death of
I don't.
somebody, or the rape of somebody. I don't know.
I
But
don't know
anyway,
if they do.
I have no idea. I don't care.
I have no idea.
But they said because not everybody celebrates Christmas, they want to be inclusive, and so they started saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas.
Wishy-washy.
And yeah. So they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But anyway, so steady. Yeah, I don't want to get us decapitated here. I appreciate the warning, not Brian. But anyway. So basically, so we come to the conclusion of the day. And if my opinion matters, and it does, I'm the host of the show, I'm going to say, for me, Christian pagan holiday is debunked. I do not think Christian is a pagan holiday. Okay. So, surprising probably nobody, but what do you think, Mr. Cruel?
Sorry, I'm just in shock with your answer. Well, what do I think? Honestly, I think I'm in agreement with you. I think it's a perfectly Christian holiday. But I would like to say,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I would like to say, because I'm what would be considered more of a cultural Christian, or in fact what you might call shite, I actually don't care. I actually don't care one way or the other whether it was or wasn't. I'm going to celebrate it anyway. It just is what it is. I don't think there's any
There you
harm in it. I don't think there's any harm in it if it's all in goodwill. And if it is celebrating the birth of Christ, which is the whole point,
Mhm.
well, what's the big deal? It's kind of important. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hold on a second. You'll be kind of surprised that I didn't debunk this.
I'm having a heart attack.
Oh my God! A Christmas miracle. Oh.
It's a miracle.
I also don't care. He's got to add that. It's got to add that. But yeah. Cruel doesn't care as long as there's alcohol involved.
I've got some cider. I've got some cider in the cupboard. Not
call it
right.
out,
It's
call it out.
we're ready to go.
The Scots on Scots violence right there. Anyway, so let me check my poll. Let me check both polls. Hopefully, I can find it out of. So
Are they ice polls?
the poll. No. Okay. So I didn't get any votes on the vertical. Let me see if I got any votes on the horizontal. Hold on a second.
Huh? Oh yeah, of course.
I did.
Horizontal.
Okay, I did get votes on the horizontal. Okay. So let me
Does that mean
see.
polls horizontal?
What? Oh, no. All right, going to end the poll on that one. And okay. So so that one said in the middle is out of 3 votes, in the middle is 67%. And confirmed is one vote of that. In the middle is like 2 votes. Okay. So all right. So okay, so that is 3 votes to 3. 3 for in the 2 votes for in the middle, 3 votes for confirmed. Counting me and you and the one person that said confirmed. So it looks like confirmed not well. I think what they meant. I think what they meant was debunked. But maybe they got misunderstood. Whoever put confirmed, did you mean debunked? That Christian is a pagan, not a pagan holiday, or did you mean confirmed that it is a pagan holiday?
Oh,
that. So, all right. So I kind of need that. If whoever voted confirmed, did you think you were voting that no Christmas is not a pagan holiday, Or was you voting confirmed? Yes, it is a pagan holiday.
What we knew you.
All right. If you're still there, you're still there. Okay. Okay, I put confirmed because it is a pagan holiday. Of course.
Imagine
course
my
it was Time
shock.
Prophet.
Time
Okay.
Prophet.
Of course it was Time. Oh my God. All right. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so Time Prophet thinks it's a confirmed holiday. Confirmed it is a pagan holiday. Okay. All right. So so there's in the middles, two in the middles, and there's two debunks, me and you. And what is our policy? If there is a tie between the chat and the panel, what is our policy?
The policy is the panel gets it because it's your show.
The panel gets it because it's my show. Oh,
In other
the
words,
power.
na,
Anyway.
na, na, na. Merry Christmas.
Yes, I'm going to abuse my power. I'm going to abuse my power. Okay. I'm going to abuse my power. Okay. Anyway. So, that being said, I'm going to play this little ditty right here. And here we go. So debunked. So we're going to declare debunked. So there you go.
Nice.
There you go. You can all complain to the person who owns the channel, which is me. And I'm sure I promise I'll listen with I love all pagans and Christians though. Can't say all that about all Christians though. Okay. You love all pagans, but you don't love all Christians. Okay, that's nice. Well, consider there's so few pagans out there, I guess that's could be a higher percentage. All right. So anyway, so that is so we have to decided that's debunked. That it is not a pagan holiday. Now, granted, okay, I'll give this caveat that the Catholics did take over Saturnalia and put a Christian veneer on it, and so if you want to say that the Catholics made Christmas over Saturnalia, then I will say that what the Catholics did was like paint over a what was a holiday. But Christmas, celebrating the Christ birth, which is what Christmas is, predates the Catholic Church. And so that is the reason why I'm saying that Christianity itself is not pagan. I mean, the Christmas itself is not pagan.
Right.
Scratch off that. There you have the pagans. Yes, I'm agreeing that the Catholic Church did take the pagan thing and did slap Christmas over top of it. I agree with that. But Christmas itself is not that. So mind you, they all right. Okay, that level of complete historical ignorance is probably this is going to have to stand because I just don't have enough time to deal with that level of stupidity. So right now, anyway, just do your research, Time Prophet. Even Christopher Hitchens, your God, says that Christ existed, that there was a person named Christ, and so you're debating against your own God, okay? Namely the new atheist or whatever. There's no atheist right now that is worth his salt that will say that Christ did not exist, and you just did. So you're debating your own people. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so obviously you're not even reading your own stuff. So why should we listen to you anyway? So anyway, all right. So meanwhile, back to the topic. Thank you all for who is Christopher Hitchens. I follow Christopher Robin. Okay. All right. Who's Christopher Hitchens? I follow Christopher Robin. So, okay. So, you're espousing atheism without even knowing who who even gives you your doctrine or whatever. But anyway, that's what it is. All right. So thank you all for coming to the show. Even Time Prophet, we're welcome anybody, even despairing. Obviously, deliberately negative take on everything. So, I mean, like clockwork. But anyway, but we appreciate everybody coming to the show and hanging out with us here. And we will be doing this again soon. It might be after the new year.
All right. Okay.
Because I have to get everything together. I have to organize everything. I have to come up with the topic. I have to get the research together. And I have to do a opening crawl for every single one of them. That's different. And so
in other
the other guys have to be there too.
In other words, what you're saying is you do everything and the rest of us just show
up. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Nope.
Because you just said earlier, I just show up, man.
Exactly. At least I admit it, though. What? I'm supposed to do things? What are you on about?
Well, do things? What? At least you watch the research videos. I don't think even Wiki does that. Yeah, that's why I put them there. I was like, okay, I'm doing this is my research. You know, if you guys want to help me out, and our shows have gone better after you guys have actually watched the research. You know,
yeah.
But I ask you guys to actually look up your own research. That doesn't always happen. Not always. In this case, you did some homework on your own, so I
did, yeah. I actually watched the Ivan video on my own. I didn't click on the link, by the way. It just came up when I was recommended search, you know.
There you go. All right.
Thank you.
At least I didn't debunk. Well, actually, debunk would have been in the positive. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. No big deal. No big deal. We love you, Tom Prophet. We really do. I mean, we'll give you a hard time, but you know, we know exactly what you're going to say at all times about every single subject. But we do appreciate having that. It's great having the villain. You know, you need a villain. You know, yeah, you always need that.
Sorry, Time Prophet, you're the baddie.
You're the baddie in this situation, but you know, you're very consistent with it. I miss Wiki Fever slides. Yeah, well, we do miss the amateurish slides that he put together that were obviously cobbled together in the last half hour and then slapped into a slideshow with no rhyme or reason, or even he doesn't even crop them. He doesn't even change the aspect ratio.
No.
It's like, come on, at least change the aspect ratio to where they're uniform. Come on, man. Because it's like tiny image, big image, tiny image, big image.
PowerPoint.
Anyway, all right. Anyway, all right. Even though I created them in the past. Oh, he created them in paint. Yeah, he did create them in paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Hell Wiki's PowerPoint skills.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, you mean drag and drop? You mean drag and drop? Yeah, that's the extent of it. That's the extent of it. Anyway. All right. Anyway, so how to be a YouTuber and put absolutely no effort into it by Wiki Fever. Anyway. Hey, you didn't come on, Wookie. We get to drag you, man. That's the rules. That's the rules. You don't show up, you can't defend yourself. So, yeah.
You're a slacker, McWookie. And you remind me of your old man, and he was a slacker too.
There you go. Anyway. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. We thank you for keeping us company. I think it was a pretty good show tonight. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah. I had fun.
All right.
I always do.
Yeah. We will. Hopefully, we'll start doing at least a bi-monthly. I think we're going to try to cut it back to bi-monthly in the new year.
All right, okay.
And, you know, to cut down on the amount of time we're expecting out of me.
Yes.
You know, having a week off between, maybe I can actually, you know, get these things together. They say it's because the frequency is, you know, But there's so many topics out there we haven't covered yet. So saying that we're running out of topics is a little bit unimaginative. I have to
And
say.
of course, if they've stuck you on the really crappy shift as well, that's going to cut into
For Americans out there, that means every other month. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Sorry, bi-monthly in America means twice a month. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
So
what,
sorry.
Are we talking,
sorry if you have a
talking,
different terminology.
Are we talking every fortnight then?
Well, I mean, every other week. Every other week. That's what I meant. Bi-monthly in America means every other week.
Okay.
Yeah, it means twice a month, which means every other week.
Okay.
Yeah, you with me? You with me?
That's what, every 2 weeks then?
Twice a month.
Or just twice a month?
Every other week. Every other week.
Right. So what does that mean though? Is that like 2 weeks
That
in
just
a
means-
row or
No, that means that we're doing one and then we're skipping a week, and then we're doing one and then we're skipping a week, and then we're doing one and then skipping a week.
so what's kind of like fortnightly then? Every 2 weeks.
Whatever your terminology is. Whatever
That's
your
what I mean.
terminology is.
God,
Okay.
that amazing. Yeah.
What are we even debating right now? It's every
don't
other
know.
week. It's every other week. It's like week, skip, week, skip, week, skip. See?
That's what I said, fortnightly. But twice a
All
month.
right. What he said. All right. That's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with.
Yeah,
we're gonna
but
go
twice a
with what
month
he
could
said,
be
so.
twice a month could be on on week 3 and 4. So or week
Okay.
1 and 4. That's what I'm saying. So is it like first week, third week, and so on, or whatever? So yeah, twice a month.
Yes.
Fortnight. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. That'll work.
That should be the next topic.
Right.
Yeah.
Twice a month.
What the hell? Yeah. No.
I'm glad
shit,
Crow knows
Sherlock.
when to show up at least. Yeah. Yeah. That is. Okay. All right. All right. That should be next topic. Where's Wookie and Abby? We're the cryptids. We're the cryptids. They're rarer than Bigfoot. Anyway. So all right. Thank you very. The next stream, whenever that will be, hopefully I'll give you more of a ramp up. Not Brian, so you can make it. Sorry, this one's kind of last minute. I postponed it from Saturday to tonight. I kind of had a family emergency just pop up out of nowhere, and so I had to cancel. So this is on me, and then I kind of took me a while to get it up today, and so that's on me. It's not on Cruel. Cruel's ready to go because Cruel just has to show up, and so he showed up, so he did his job. He did his job. So anyway.
My job is so hard. It's so difficult to be me.
It's like I'm here. I'm here. But anyway. All right. So I'll see you guys. We will see you next show. Probably be the new year, the first Saturday of the new year, hopefully, and we'll decide a topic sometime between then and now. And I'm pretty sure Wiki and Abby probably won't participate in any way, shape, or form, so we'll figure it out anyway. But they'll show up and put their names on it. But anyway, the participation ribbon. All right. So I'll see you guys next time.
Merry
Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Have a good one.
And a Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year.
Cryptids and Conspiracies. And see more with more creatures and shady goings on next year. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.